Today I'm going to be sharing my top 5 knits for fall. Thank you Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. Squarespace is the all-in-one platform where creatives can stand out with their online presence. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Knee Knits. My name is Amy and I love to knit, and I've spent a few years knitting a lot of different things. So I wanted to pick out my top 5 knits that I've made in the past that I keep reaching for come every fall season. These 5 items in my hand here are items that I've reached for again and again since knitting them. As soon as the weather starts to get a little bit cooler at the end of the summer, I find that these pieces have a lot of use and versatility, and I've just really enjoyed making the pattern and then using the finished object in the past few years. Before I dive into the knits, I want to take a few moments to thank the sponsor of today's video, Squarespace. Squarespace is a platform where creatives can stand out with their online presence. I use Squarespace to create my website, any-knits.com. With Squarespace's stunning designed templates, I was able to pick one that I thought fit my brand the best and then add my branding logos and colors and fonts. With Squarespace Design Intelligence, you can be empowered to build a beautiful, more personalized website that's tailored to your unique needs. With my Squarespace site, I'm able to post blog articles, sell digital and physical products, and so much more. I'm also able to integrate my social media channels onto my Squarespace site, such as my YouTube channel and my Instagram. So my website can be a one-stop shop for everything knee knits. If you're interested in starting your own website, head to squarespace.com to start a free trial today. Once you're ready to launch your website, head to squarespace.com/neknits to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you Squarespace for being a continued sponsor of my channel, and now we'll get into the top 5 knits of fall. The first knit I think everyone needs this season is a basic cardigan. I have here my April cardigan, which is a pattern by Petite Knit. I knit this over 2.5 years ago, and it's easily one of my most worn knits because it's just so versatile for layering in the fall season. The April cardigan is a DK weight cardigan knit from the top down, so you can knit it with 1 strand of DK weight yarn or 1 strand of fingering weight yarn held with a lace weight silk mohair. That's how I knit mine, so the yarns that I used in this cardigan is Santa's Garn Sunday in the color light beige, and I held it with Knitting for Olive's soft silk mohair in the color mushroom rose. It's this beautiful beige color, which is a great neutral that goes with any sort of layering piece, and I love this cardigan style because it has a contiguous shoulder construction that looks very polished and has a mimicked set-in sleeve design. The finishings are 1x1 rib, and I used these beautiful 1-inch buttons on mine that have this little floral accent, which is just so cute. The overall fit of the April cardigan is somewhat cropped and not too oversized. Mine is actually worn with 0 ease. If I were to go back and re-knit this, I would knit this a little bit bigger, but I still think it's a great layering piece with the size that I made. Cardigans are an excellent thing to wear in the fall, especially those days where it's really chilly in the morning, but then it gets hot in the afternoon, so you can throw this on your way to the office, and then on your way home, take it off for your t-shirt underneath. I personally like to style mine unbuttoned, but I think this is a really polished v-neck cardigan if you want to style it buttoned up as well. Definitely would recommend a staple basic cardigan for your fall wardrobe. Whether you knit it in a neutral color like I did or your favorite pop of color, I think it's something that will get a lot of use this season. My next top 5 fall pick is a beanie. Now I know fall isn't always beanie weather, but there are some chilly days in there, especially towards the ends of the season, and I think a beanie is a great thing to have to throw on when you're running out the door and it's just a little too cold out there. The beanie that I picked to share today is the Muscle Burr beanie by Isolde Teague. The Muscle Burr beanie is kind of an ingenious design where it's designed to be swatchless, so you can just cast on at any time with any yarn and pretty much any needle size. There is a chart in the pattern that has you measure your gauge after you start knitting and then tells you how many stitches to increase to after casting on at the crown. It's really a fun project. Once you get to the crown increases, then you just knit stockinette, and this is a really long stockinette project, so if you're looking for something to knit that is a little bit mindless, that's portable, and you can bring it on the go, the Muscle Burr will definitely satisfy that requirement. I knit mine out of 1 skein of Dirty Water Dye Works fingering weight sock yarn. It is their Lucia Sprinkles base, which is a 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon fingering weight yarn. This is the color Sprinkles, which features all these fun pops of blue and purple and green on a cream base. I use the entire skein to get this length hat, and when doubled up it's able to be folded and have a brim, which is my favorite style of beanie. Because it folds on itself, it's super warm as it has 2 layers of fabric, and you can use pretty much any yarn for this hat. So if you're looking for something more neutral and a little bit more sophisticated, definitely opt for a solid color and you would still get a really stunning finished project. Or if you want something more fun like I did, I think this hand-dyed sprinkled speckled yarn is a really fun choice. My third fall pick is a stockinette sweater. Stockinette sweaters, I think, are really great outfit pieces. They can be worn alone or they can be layered for a really sophisticated look. I have here my Monday sweater, which is a pattern by Petite Knit. The Monday sweater is a top-down raglan, and I knit mine out of Sandnesgarn Sunday and Sandnesgarn Tin Silk Mohair in the color Marine Blue, which is this beautiful navy color. Navy is one of my favorite colors, so I'm really excited to have one of my favorite colors in just a basic wardrobe staple piece here. It does feature a crew neckline with 1x1 ribbed details. It is knit top down. You start with the collar, you do some German short rows to shape the neck, and then it's raglan shaping from there. I knit mine with full length sleeves, and it features 1x1 ribbing details at the sleeve cuffs and the hem. And I wear mine with about 4 inches of positive ease, but you could easily make this more oversized if that's your preferred style, or you can make it with less ease if that's also your style. This is a DK weight knit, so you definitely could sub in just a single strand of DK weight yarn if you're not into the fuzzy mohair. I think the fuzzy mohair is more suited for colder weather because it does keep me extra warm, but a light DK weight yarn would be a perfect choice for that transitional fall season. I knit mine out of solid yarns, but this also is a great canvas for any fun multicolored yarns. If you have some hand-dyed yarns, I think that would be a great option for the Monday sweater, depending on the look you're going for. I love how my navy blue sweater is easily styled, whether I want to dress it up with trousers for work or dress it down with jeans and sneakers. It definitely is a really versatile piece. My fourth pick for fall is a cabled slipover. I feel like this is just so quintessential fall. It kind of has academia vibes, and I just love this deep red Merlot color that I knit my slipover in. This is the Lana vest. It's a pattern by Irene Lynn, and the yarn that I used is Originally Lovely Lana in the color Merlot. This is an Aran weight knit and knit up really quickly despite being very oversized at the same time. It features all these beautiful cables and texture. You can see the diamonds going down the middle here, and it has the same patterning on the back as well, so it really is just a bunch of scrumptious texture knit in this really nice wool yarn. My favorite detail is definitely the cable that goes down each side at the underarm and the split hem as well. Now I wear this slipover with almost 11 inches of positive ease, so it is extremely oversized, but you definitely could go for a different pattern if you're not into the oversized slipover look. There's a lot of variety out there, but I think a slipover is great for fall because you get the styling of a sweater, but if it's just too warm for a full length sleeved sweater, a slipover is a great option with either a t-shirt or a long sleeve t-shirt underneath. Slipovers are a great way to add texture to your wardrobe, but you also could opt for a solid stockinette slipover if that's more your style. I think regardless, you have a really wide variety of yarns that you could use. There's a lot of different patterns. Specifically for the Lana vest, I definitely would recommend this solid wool yarn. This is a Peruvian Highland wool. It has great stitch definition. It is a 2-ply yarn, which is a little surprising because 2-ply is often not recommended for cables, but I still love how mine turned out, and I really love the color as well. This maroon Merlot color is definitely one of my favorite colors to wear, in addition to the navy that I just shared in my Monday sweater, so really excited to continue to wear this upcoming fall. The fifth and the last top 5 fall item that I'll share today is a cowl. Now again, a cowl falls into that category of maybe more towards the end of the season when we're getting a little bit closer to winter, but I think cowls are a great way to keep warm in those cooler days. They're not as fussy as scarves, and this here is my Shift Cowl by Andrea Mowry. The Shift Cowl uses 3 different colors of self-striping yarn. I use Zauberball in a variety of colors that I will link below in the description, and this is knit on the bias, and then you end up seaming it down the middle in the back here, which you you can see. So this is the back, and it's just an explosion of color. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love how it turned out. It is mosaically knit, so all of the color work is just done with slip stitches rather than doing traditional color work. And this is a great way to add a pop of color to your outdoor outfits with a coat. I love wearing mine with my camel coat. I think it matches pretty well and just adds a pop of color while keeping my neck warm. This is 100% merino wool, and I just love how it feels, and I love the shape of this cowl as well. Andrea Mowry has a handful of patterns with this shape. It has the sort of triangle tip at the bottom here, and that goes down the front. It really fills in a lot of space if you have a traditional like pea coat that has a little bit of opening, like with the lapels like my coat does. It really fills in all those gaps to keep you extra warm against wind and snow and such. I also like how in the back it's not really too much fabric around the back of your neck, so it's not too fussy to sort of style and put on as well. So if you're looking for a fall accessory to make, I definitely would recommend a cowl like this. It's something that I reach for every fall and winter. It just is one of my more practical pieces to wear to keep me warm outdoors, and it was just such a fun project to see grow on the needles. So these are my top 5 knits for fall. I hope you enjoyed my little roundup of some pieces that I keep reaching for over and over again. I'm really excited for the weather to cool down and to incorporate these into my outfits and styling them in different ways. I hope you found some inspiration. All of the patterns and the yarns that I discussed will be linked in the description box below, so check that out if you're interested in any of the patterns that I shared. You can also find me on Instagram at ne_knits. Feel free to check out my website as well, ne-knits.com. I do plan on putting all the content I shared in today's video in a little blog post for quick reference. Feel free to subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I post knitting based videos about once a week, so feel free to tune into my channel for more knitting inspiration. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye.